you're currently balanced in a tree. I'm trying to do one of those really aesthetic shots, but all the leaves are so beautiful, but they're about to start falling now because they're becoming very crispy, which I love because when they fall on the floor and you get to walk on them and they make that lovely crunchy sound, I love it. But it's a beautiful day. It's quite cold actually. I underestimated how cold it is starting to get, but it's beautiful nonetheless. I am with my family. We do walks very often throughout the week. It's like our time where we can fully chat and go over our week, and I absolutely love it. Getting all the fresh air is just, it revives you. It's beautiful. But welcome to this vlog. I am getting more comfortable with the camera, I think. I've held the camera my whole life as a child, but normally I am not the one that is in front of it. I think I get more confident as the video goes along, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the vlog.
Good evening, it is the night before I go on my Chester Zoo trip, and I was just looking at some of the history of the zoo and I thought I'd share it with you before you watch the inevitable montage that I get tomorrow. So Chester Zoo was founded in 1931 by George Mottershead. He was wounded in the First World War, so moved his family to Oakfield Manor, whose courtyard became the home of the first animals of the zoo. It was a lot easier to own exotic pets back then, before the Zoo Licensing Act came into play in 1981, which we do often see in pictures, such as Christian the Lion at Harrods in 1969. George Mottershead aimed to have a more modern approach to his animals' habitat and welfare, and wanted a more educational platform for his zoo. It has taken a long line of progression to get zoos to the current welfare standards that they are in today, and one of the first documented people to implement these changes was a German wildlife merchant called Karl Hegenbach in 1909, who created the first zoo without bars to give the public a more species-specific, natural environment, which was revolutionary at the time. Hegenbach is controversial throughout history, but it's interesting to see where this progression has come from. And then later, in 1942, a Swiss biologist named Heini Heidegger published the concept: animals in zoos should not be considered as captives, but as owners of property. This began the teachings that the structure and furnishings of an enclosure are equally or more as important of the actual size of the habitat. This founded the animal welfare requirements that we now see as basic enrichment in animal husbandry, but again was revolutionary at the time. And so George Mottershead decided to apply these ideas to Chester Zoo and started using species-specific designs like moats and ditches to separate the guests and the animals. For example, Chimpanzee Island, which we can still see today. Except now they have fences for health and safety too. Now you've got a bit more information about Chester Zoo, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Oh my god! Come on! Oh, just in general conservation. What's in here? We've got cameras to see. I was even flying around me, that was so cool.
But the females,
I've had such a good experience today.
Literally,
Honestly.
it's been so good. Okay, welcome to Chester Zoo, part 2. I am in the car park about to go in for the Chester Zoo Youth Symposium, and I've got the itinerary for the day because you have to choose which presentations you want to go to, which is very hard when you want to do all of them. I'm also looking at Chester Zoo's 10-year plan, which includes the 6 mission strategies in preventing extinction. The 10-year plan is on their website. I will leave it in the description box below if anybody wants to check it out, because there's some really cool projects going on in there in Madagascar, Borneo, Southeast Asia. Very cool. So I will put that in the description box. I will vlog as much as I can throughout the day. There's some workshops, lectures, and hopefully we can look around the park as well, because I really want to see their shark exhibit, because it ends this month. So good luck to myself. I would definitely be making my way over here.
Sit down and be quiet and to conform and not express. And they have to wait until they're adults.
The UK has lost 97% of its wildflower meadows since the 1930s.
People just won't sit, they wouldn't come give us that money. Because even though the zoo could keep going, the one thing we were worried about. The next talk.
Also the plastic middle side.
And pathways via academic routes, so degrees, what universities, but also how to get real life experience in this very vast sector.
Last in the safari park, it is the end of an incredible day. I haven't had much time to talk to you because it has been absolute back-to-back lectures and talks, and then a tour around the zoo as well, but it's been such an incredible day. I've learned so much and met some incredible people too.
Hello, it is now Sunday, but I just want to jump on and talk a bit more about the guest speakers and people I had the honour of meeting yesterday. I'm going to start with Amy, who you saw in the video before. Amy and her younger sister Ella are the co-founders of Kids Against Plastic, which started in 2016 when they had the goal to collect 100,000 pieces of plastic and litter. They completed this 5 years later on Christmas Eve 2021. However, they have not stopped there, and you can help them too with the hashtag 1MillionLitterPick. You can also see the progress live on their app, Be Plastic Clever. They also have a book called Be Climate Clever, which is on the way to my house, hopefully tomorrow, because I ordered it because I think it's so brilliant. They educate and give a voice to young people about tackling plastic pollution. During her inspiring presentation, she also introduced me to Sky Neville, who is 12 years old, and she is the leader of the campaign KAP TAT. This is a campaign to remove plastic toys from magazines and comics, which I'm sure you're all very familiar with. We all had them as kids, and if you go into these big brands such as Tesco, you can see them straight away. It's very unnecessary to have these plastic toys. They end up in landfill, in oceans, and inevitably back to us. And what she is doing is great by contacting the leaders of these huge supply chains to hopefully remove these plastic tat. So I will have her link below, both of them, so you can read more about that, because it's some incredible work. One of the simple ways that you can actually support Sky is going into these stores and taking a picture like this one, for example, with the hashtag KAPTAT, to spread the word as much as we can, and inevitably remove the tat. Here is the list of some of the other major businesses and companies that came in to give us some workshops and talks. I'm so grateful to get their expertise, because these are the people that are the front line of changing legislation and gaining that data and research, and creating these campaigns against the climate crisis. So to gain some knowledge and understanding from them is just incredible. So definitely encourage you to look at any of these if you are also interested in wildlife conservation and environmental sciences. I will leave you with that because I need to go and do the rest of my personal statement for my university application. The next time you will see me will be tomorrow for a very exciting day.
Hello, it is Monday and I'm getting ready because I am about to go out to the Liverpool Philharmonic Hall this evening to see Steve Backshall's show called Ocean, and it's about his whole career with conservation and specifically marine life, and I'm so excited because I watched Deadly 60 as a kid and he is one of the reasons that I am doing what I'm doing, because I strongly believe that we as people are an accumulated product of the people and the ideas that we are immersed in and inspired by as a child, and Steve Backshall is one of those people for me. I am actually going on my own. I have been challenging that a lot recently, which is great. I think it's so important to push yourself into those environments that scare you, and it forces you to talk to people as well. When you're on your own and you have no one else to talk to, it forces you to strike conversation with that person that stood next to you. So get out of your comfort zone by going on your own, because the worst thing that can happen is you don't speak to anyone. The best thing that can happen is you come away with learning something about other people and yourself as well. Also, shout out to my nan who got me this. It's perfect. The show is called Ocean, so it's perfect. Hey guys, so I have arrived and I'm about to go get my seat.
With having a diet that is, effectively a soft body prey item that is being found using sound, is that underwater, that's almost indistinguishable from plastic. So whether it be on a beach in Patagonia or on ice floes down in Antarctica. People say this bit is the best.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't do what I agree to do, because unfortunately they don't let you do all of the natural sciences at once. So I have to choose.
How unfair is that?
I can safely say I did not think I would be ending the vlog after that was gonna happen. What was this evening? Oh my gosh. The clip before I left, I basically was explaining how much I owe to Steve Backshall and how much he is my hero, and I just met him. If that is not manifestation at its finest, I don't know what is. But I have his book with me now. It is signed. It is my new prized possession. The show was so amazing. It was so informative. It was so interactive and so fun. Like, so many people were laughing. It was full of so many families, which was such a lovely environment. He had these incredible blow up cetaceans and marine mammals, and it was just incredible. He had a big screen where he showed clips from Deadly 60. He asked a lot of questions and I came away with more questions, as always. We were walking around to the back of the car park and I suddenly saw the stage door was where we had parked, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna wait and just see if he comes out. And I think there was only about 5 of us. We just waited, and then all of a sudden he came out and he was so lovely. Honestly, anybody that has met Steve Backshall will know he is so kind and so generous to everybody. He answered everyone's questions, he took pictures, he signed everyone's books. I think he even signed a kids cast, which is so sweet. I told him that I was applying for university in natural sciences and he said good luck and that it is the greatest thing to study. And yeah, I cannot believe it. Well, after all of that, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you have enjoyed watching, maybe learned something and been inspired to try something new. I don't really know where my channel's going to go, but I've really enjoyed vlogging the last few days in my life, so I'm definitely going to do some more of that. Bye for now, subscribe, like, and enjoy the rest of your day.